Good morning, people! No matter what time you're watching this video, we could all use a little morning zen. Spoiler alert, that may or may not be the name of the color we're talking about today. Looking for a modern muted green for your home? Well, have I got the color for you. I'm James from thepaintpeople.com, and this is Color Code, cracking the code on color selection. This is a segment of videos where we discuss paint colors in detail, their undertones, and how to best use them in your home or your customers. If there are any colors you want featured on Color Code, don't forget to let us know down below. We want to thank you guys for recommending these awesome colors. The Paint People community has been amazing with the feedback we've been getting. Today's color code is S380-2, and it's made by Behr Paint. The name is Morning Zen. What we have here is a contemporary green that is softened by a nice gray undertone, keeping it fresh and sleek. It clearly shows its green quality when it's on the walls, but it's subtle enough that it will still work with a more monochromatic color scheme. Its LRV is 60, so it's by no means a light color. In fact, I would place it firmly in the mid-tone category. What the light gray aspect does is it keeps it feeling somewhat airy, even though it does possess some depth to it. While green can vary quite considerably, the green in Morning Zen leans a little more towards an olive type of green. It is a little bit muted, a little bit understated, and it's that gray that keeps things a little settled. Where are some of the best places to use it? Morning Zen can be used anywhere that you would use a majority of the neutral mid-tone colors that exist. This means you may want to avoid using it in darker rooms that don't get a ton of light, but anywhere that gets a decent amount of that good natural light will complement the color quite well. Keep in mind that even though the green isn't too prominent in some cases, I wouldn't go as far as to say Morning Zen is a straight up neutral. It will stand out more than some of its grayish counterparts. So even though it can be used in place of a neutral, it's not a true neutral on its own, if that makes sense. With a name like Morning Zen, it gives you a hint as to where you might want to use it, and that's in the bedrooms. It's deep enough that it won't feel overly bright in the morning, but its sleek, silvery green will allow you to feel invigorated as you awaken. What colors should you pair it with? If we're talking about a complementary trim color, I would recommend a clean white that perhaps has a touch of warmth to go with the green in Morning Zen. And in that case, it would steer me towards using Oxford White by Benjamin Moore on the trim. For even more added warmth, White Dove is another alternative that takes the warmth into a more deliberate direction. Generally speaking, as you introduce more warmth into the trim, you will slowly start to neutralize the green on the walls and bring the gray to the forefront. It's also worth mentioning that you can find really fun accent colors to work with Morning Zen, like soft pinks, blues, and purples. Feel free to have fun here because by going with Morning Zen, you are committing to a green, which is already way more interesting than a basic gray. What are some alternatives? Now, Morning Zen is a bit more than just green and gray. It also does have a touch of a gold tinge to it as well. For even more of that yellow warmth to come through, take a look at Benjamin Moore's Camouflage. On the flip side, if you're looking to avoid that aspect of Morning Zen and you want something that's even more so straightforward with its gray-green, perhaps even a bit minty, then I would suggest Benjamin Moore's Hollingsworth Green. It really comes down to what sort of aesthetic you're going for here. Whether you want something a little more warm and gold, or something a little more modern, sleek, and silvery. Thanks again for all your continued suggestions for these color code episodes. We really appreciate it because we can use all the help we can get. We do several videos every single week on this channel, some that are about paint colors like this one, and other videos that are more so for the technical painters out there, the contractors, the do-it-yourselfers. We try and cater to everybody. If you've made it this far, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.